Hey everyone, hello. Welcome to Magnolia's live at my house. Hey, jump on and join me today. I have done a mini tour for you and we're going to walk through a couple of areas of my home that I have decorated for fall. I'd love it if you would join me. This is the first day of our special buy changing. So I wanted to let you know what that will be. And it's going to be a little bit of fun if I can take the time at the end to whip up some more pumpkin chocolate chip bread. Hey, we ran out at the store and I will be adding that if I can arrange that time as well. So say hi, thanks for joining me. I've got a little project that I'm going to start with this morning, this noon. We have a little pre-made. This is the other one that we have at the store. I did one yesterday for Live Design Day. And I thought, oh, well, before I put the bow on it, maybe I'll just let you join me while I put the bow on this item today so that you can take a little tip away about how to add something simple to a pre-made like this, just to jazz it up a little bit. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Kate is going to drop links at home. I did create a special addition to Amy's Home Collection. So if you jump into Amy's Home Collection online, you'll see that there are items from last winter that are in the collection and items from spring, but you'll also be able to see the fall edition. So it's kind of an ongoing collection of things that I have in my home for accessories, as well as the new additions for fall. And you'll even see some of the winter pine that I selected last year there, since the winter pine's online. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my home. I am sitting alone in my home. Kate's going to drop links from the store today. It's a busy day and fall is always a crazy time. It's like a whole bunch of different things happen at once. And at the store and the warehouse, there's so much going on behind the scenes to prepare for Christmas. Do you guys remember what this week is? This will be the Christmas launch come Friday. So if you want, take a little peek now at the current winter pine collection. But if you want to hang out and wait until the full launch, that would be Friday. You can follow us on Facebook. Mark yourself as going to the Facebook event. That's going to be the perfect way to get any updates that Kate will post there about how that event will happen and what will be going on as we launch the Christmas look online. Hey, the store is going to be a little limited. It's not all going to be there. We're going to have some ready, but I'm not going to get that far that fast. So I've got a little bit of ribbon here, about a yard of a gorgeous plaid. I've got another little ribbon that's a tiny leaf print. And I've got this pre-made design. Also, you'll note the tags are on some items because, you know, truth be told, ladies, some of this I will keep and some of it I won't need because I have a little bit of extra things that I've collected over the years that I'll be switching out. So if you notice a tag here or there, forgive me, that is what's going to happen if it's not staying at my house. So I'm just going to gather this yard of ribbon into 2 loops and 2 tails. This is not even a technical bow. 2 loops and 3 tails. It's just a barely bow. 1, 2, 3. 2 tails stick out. We're just going to wiggle that into the arrangement. And I'm also going to add a little bit of this tiny leaf ribbon to the middle. It is necessary to see it trailing out, so I don't really need to make more than a couple of loops because all I want to see is this bit of ribbon kind of trailing out the sides, which is the goal. It's got tiny leaves. I'll show you here in a minute. I've got a small piece of wire, and that's what we need to get the ball rolling on decorating this design. It has some foam in there, so we should be able to pop this bit of wire into the design. And if you noticed yesterday, I made a pumpkin design that was a started pre-made pumpkin, and you know, that worked out so easily. I thought, well, heck, I'll just show you this one too. That pumpkin is still available for special request. If you would like it, I'll show it to you. I've got it on my kitchen counter, along with the wreath in my entry that I can show you today. And then you can decide if you want to make it yourself or order it completed. This one, you can do this one. Buy a little bit of ribbon. Maybe you have a stash at home. I'm just going to pop this bow into the middle and then work the loops through. Super easy. So if you're just jumping on, hey, it's live from my house today. We gave you a heads up yesterday that we were going to be doing a live from my home. I did get pretty far. There's a couple areas in here I didn't do. I can only do so much these days as our business grows. So does the time away from my house. So if you can overlook the areas that didn't get decorated, I'll point out the ones that did. How about that? So join me here in my home. This is my fireplace. It's one of our favorite things in the house come winter, but it's way too hot today to start the fireplace. I think it's going to be 80 something again today. So we're just going to pretend that it's glowing and lit because it's a real one, and I would be sweating if I lit it, if I started anything. So here's our little ribbon trailing out. There's the centerpiece. Kate's dropped the link. 3 loops of ribbon, boop, boop, boop. There you can see them. Little piece here that runs through. Looks like we need to hook it. And then probably it also needs a little bit of bendy vine. So as you know, bendy vine is the thing that makes everything look amazing. And you can get these things inexpensively and use them on other items as well. This is the little mini print ribbon that I've got in there. It's got leaves on it. There might be mini print pumpkins too. And that way you can add a little something to your decor at home. Like everything looks good if you put a bow on it, right? That's right. Kathy said ribbon adds so much to a design. So we've got that ribbon in there and then the big plaid, all of which is 15% off, of course. This is part of a bundle of a wrapped twig vine. This comes multi-strand. I just want to show you how it came. You can see we've been cutting pieces off of it. If you buy a big chunk like this, you can use it for so many things. You can wire together drop-ins. You can add texture to your wreaths. I used some yesterday to add texture to a wreath. We carried in a stem and in a vine, and I have a piece of it here ready to tuck in. Let's see if that, oh, and I dropped the other one on the floor. That's where it went. This design has some foam in there, so you can literally just reach in and pop it into the foam. There's your link for the cream bendy vine. Like I said, if you're just jumping on, hello, welcome to my home and my fireplace behind us here. Kate's going to drop links from the warehouse or wherever she is. This is what you do with bendy vine. You just pop it in and swirl it around. If you don't have any and you're in the Magnolias flower family, well, you're going to soon learn why you need bendy vine, right? All the things. So thanks for jumping on, and we will talk about the things on my fireplace first. I've decorated my dining table. I've got a little grouping at my front door. And then if we have enough time, I'm going to stir up some pumpkin bread with chocolate chips and get that in the oven. The oven's heating now. So you can just hang out with me at my house for the next hour. What do you think of that idea? There we go. Like that. So grab that little design. It's 15% off. I don't know how much it was, but there's the tag. If you need this one, you can have this one too. Just ask the store. They can get it sent to you. I thought it'd be cute on a tray. And this tray, I have to tell you, this tray is mine, and we ran out at the store. I didn't bring home another one, but I sure do love it. Maybe you have this tray too. But you can purchase all the pumpkins on the tray. And you can also grab this gorgeous little Luminara pumpkin candle. Don't you love that? I have a theme going on of orange and white, primarily. All shades of white and beige. Threw in these green pumpkins that you can see on the mantle, and this is the acorn, the only acorn squash that we have. There are some variations in color on my mantle. We're using this one also. He's kind of like ombre orange to green, very pretty. So you can layer up different pumpkins, sizes, shapes. I've got them everywhere. Pumpkins, of course, just scream fall. So you have to have a few of those. And then I added this candle ring inside here underneath the acorn squash to get a nice dose of orange leaves into the look. So softens up the tray. This big guy is really showy. This is a large tray. It needs some big pumpkins. And I probably should stick this little design on a couple of books to help elevate it. I happen to have my baby books over here that I use for things like this. There, that's better. Now, probably can't say that a tray by the fireplace is practical if you're using your fireplace, but we're decorating today, right? We're decorating, so today we're using it. And at any rate, this is what you need if you want a coordinated look, because I've also got it in the garland on the mantle. That piece is light and airy, just arrived recently if you didn't grab it, and it has the matching garland that you can see up here behind me. So let's talk about all the things on the hearth, then I'll point out the features of the mantle decorations. I kind of twisted things together, but I kept it easy so that you can do this at your house. Not hard at all. So we've got the Luminara candle, we've got the acorn squash, we've got the cute little textured candle ring here, and all of those things gathered in a tray. We have so many trays that are available in the online store. I just didn't think in time to replace this one with a in-stock piece. This is fun. Love these containers. This piece is a, I think it's called the Seoul, S-E-O-U-L. That is a wooden carved pot. It's the largest one. We've got more than one size. And these are my mini mums from last year. So look, you guys, there's 3 in here, and they're just standing in the pot. You could plant them if you want to. I'm sure I could if I took a minute with a piece of styrofoam, but I didn't even try. They're just sitting here as a group, and I believe in stock now we have these 2 colors. So next year we'll have all the colors again, don't worry. But 3 fit in this planter perfectly, and the Seoul planter is carved. Do I have a tag on this one? This one I've had, actually we carry it, I've had it since last year, but I always leave the tags on in case I need to know this. That one is the $42 large one. So that looks great for nice color over on the hearth. And then we also did the candle ring. This is the Emberly candle ring. Can't remember, Ember something, but these are going quick. This berry candle ring is just so showy. And I believe that if you grab it now, you can still purchase it. But if you're watching in replay, maybe it's gone. Also the fern candle holders. Love those. They're the ones with more of the detail on them. And we do have around the house, all over the place, sets of 3 LED cream candles. So if you remember, we carry so many colors of the LED sets of 3 candles that come with the remote. I scatter them across the house and use the ivory ones pretty much for every season. And then I break out the different colors for different reasons. So there's quite a few around here to choose from. And that is where that one came from. Okay, I found out today that there is only one of these pumpkin pillows left. So I don't know if that's bad news or if only one person needs this pumpkin pillow. But isn't it beautiful? It's the velvet one. I might have showed it yesterday or the day before. Must have been yesterday. And now we're down to 1. But he's a gorgeous little textured pillow, and you can have this one if you'd like. We also have a decorative throw combo in this great looking basket. I don't know if I've ever talked about these baskets. This is the medium size basket. It's got a completely woven look to it. The handles and everything are woven. And if you love the look of this basket as much as I do, it's the perfect thing on a hearth or somewhere for gathering up your extra stuff, right? These are the Callow baskets, and the medium one is $94. I might keep this one, but you know, if you need it, there's more at the warehouse. And then there's 2 different throws in here. This beautiful lightweight textured cream that's great for any season. In fact, this one is so great for sitting by the fireplace, by the fire pit. We have a gas fire pit outside, and you kind of need something for your shoulders because the front of you is warm, but you need the back of you warm. So make sure your extra throws are handy if you're sitting out in the fall weather with your fire pit. That's a great throw to select. And then this one we did show yesterday. He is also the last one. So all of these things can head to your house if you want it. This one has a New Zealand wool combo with acrylic. So it is soft. It's not itchy with that blend. And it has a beautiful little bit of caramel tan and brown going on, but it's a nice muted rusty orange color. So everything I'm doing here in my house this year is done in an orange and cream color theme. Mostly I choose this, I select a color theme and change it up every year and then use some of the things that I have that blend. But I thought on the fireplace that's whitewashed, this contrast would be really great. And I feel like if you blend the greens and browns, it feels really traditional. But if you do white and cream with it, it feels a little bit more brighter, a little bit more neutral, and less committed to a dark fall color palette, a little bit lighter color palette. So that's where I went with that concept, and it's worked out really well. Over on this side, we've got the Mabel vases. These vases are fantastic in here. I didn't know how good they looked until I brought them home yesterday. I'm like, oh, well, these might need to stay because there's quite a bit of space here. This is a deep hearth, and there's a color in the stone. These vases just match perfectly. They're metal and they're rustic and they're weighted. I think I've talked about them before, but I'm pretty impressed with the fact that they made a less expensive, lightweight metal design, but were really smart and thinking about it. There's quite a bit of weight in the bottom. So when you set these in your front entryway and people bump them, they actually have a pretty good center of balance with all that extra weight in the bottom. So they're stable. And these vases come in two sizes. I'm showing the large and the small. You can do lots of different things with them, but I think you just have to keep it light. Like, don't go so heavy with the design. Don't make a really full thing. There's only stems stuck in here. I would probably add some twigs and get some height going too. I probably have some twigs around here that I could add. This is the newest Chinese lantern, or maybe we're just calling it a lantern. These are the orangey orange ones. And we also have one in stock that is orange and yellow. This one is the straight orange one. So there are two choices right now. I also like this one because it's not a shiny finish. It's kind of a matte, a little bit more muted matte finish. And I think the other one in inventory has a bit of a sheen to it. So yes, Kathy says less is more, as they say. You're right. So I did the simple thing here with just a grouping of one kind of stem in each face, because I'll show you the mantle garland. That's got everything going on. So that's why I kept these simpler. Chinese lantern. And then this one is a maple leaf spray that is also newer. It's real muted and matte. Doesn't have a shiny glossy finish on that one either. So all of this is a little bit on the rustic side, but I kind of like rustic modern. I think that would maybe be my category for this decorating look. And then I kind of have a more modern look in my living room. So those are the two Mabel vases, simply done with leaves and lanterns. Up above, this is the lantern that fits. So if you joined me yesterday, I was discussing what's going to go on the end of my fireplace because I hadn't finished it. And this lantern is 9.5 inches deep. So I brought it home and it fits because my fireplace is 10. So there you go. The 10-inch deep fireplace held these items perfectly. What I've got in here are two of my LED cream candles that are lit. Look like they're burning, but I like how we have a low ceiling. It reflects on the ceiling. So these moving flame candles are always great on my fireplace because the ceiling gets the glow. Oh, hi, there's my mom. I guess you could have come over and helped me today. I didn't even think about that. She's 7 blocks away. This is the candle ring that has these fun little textures going on. And it fit in here perfectly. We showed it yesterday, placing it. This candle ring is, can't remember the name of it. It's not an expensive one. And it is all beigey straw colored, which is helping to blend that color across the fireplace. This is the small one, and I do have the large one on my table. So I'll show you that as well. If you're decorating it with anything complicated, you can open the lid here to arrange it and get it all in place. So this is easy to decorate with. There's basically just a pumpkin, 2 candles, and a candle ring. End of story. Pretty simple. And it's hanging out up here. You can maybe see the ceiling getting the glow. No, you can't. But at night, trust me, it's really pretty. So our pumpkins repeated. My candle burning up there, I better remember to blow that out when I leave my house today. That candle is one of our trap candles, and the Ode Wood trap is my favorite scent from the trap collection for the fall season. So that little jar is the jar that the candle comes in. It's boxed. It's very pretty. Little jar burns a lot of hours, but I want to say like 70 or 80 hours. And it also fits on a 3-inch candle holder. So FYI, if you grab those, they are the perfect size to be using on your candle holders. And I also like the way that the little candle looks with all my other LED candles. It kind of blends right in and has a glowing effect, just like the rest of them, but it's actually doing a job and scenting. Again, that's the Ode Wood. And I did forget to add that to my collection, by the way, but I have the Ode Wood, and then I have the mulled cider candle burning in the entryway. So we'll go see that too. On the fireplace, that candle holder is either the fern candle holder or it's one of my other ones. Oh, the Destin, actually. This one I ran out of candles. So the candle holder up above is the small size of the Destin collection. And they're all mango wood. Most of our candle sets that we have, small, mediums, and larges, you can buy them individually. They're different heights depending on the collection. They all have 3-inch tops. There's so many great choices. You can just pick a color or a pattern style that you like, but basically most of them have a similar color in a natural mango wood tone that has wash over it. So that's the candle holder up above. And then your question about the basket on the fireplace, Kate would have dropped the link. The basket is the Callow basket. And that one is the medium that I'm using with the throws. So let's talk about the horse art. Love that piece. I did have horses when I was little. I don't have horses now. But if you're a horse person, let me hold this up. Isn't that a pretty piece? It's from our neighboring Iowa art vendor. They do sell that one. We've got a couple, one at the store and one here at my house that is part of the warehouse wow, warehouse property. And my art will change back to my photography. So when I'm done with showing you ideas here, my brother-in-law does photography, and I have a beautiful piece that's going to blend perfectly that I'll replace the horse piece. So if you want that one, go for it. It's gorgeous. There's also a selection of trees. So I showed the one down below on the hearth, and here's the little one. Let me hold that one back again. Try to make sure you can see everything here. Small metal art piece, large metal art piece. This is the 23-inch metal tree. It's finished on one side. Perfect for a fireplace look, actually. This is so vibrant and fun at the front door of the store. I just thought I would love the color going for strong orange here, and it is working out beautifully. So this one's down on the hearth with the maple vases, and it makes a perfect backdrop with the maple vases because the white contrasting with the orange. Same thing up here on the fireplace. We've got the white background. That one's really standing out. Somebody mentioned that you had black behind there. I think those trees would look great on black, and that horse art would look great on a black background too. So, yep, Kathy, my brother-in-law will never sell his art. He's already told me no more than once. This is a gorgeous set of 3 candle holders that we call the birch glass candle holders, or sorry, the candles. This is one of the newest from our collection. So if you already own several colors of our sets of 3 moving flame LEDs, here's another opportunity for you. This set has the potential to look amazing for both Christmas and spring. I don't know why you couldn't use this all the time. So there's little birds in the trees. If you can see the glow there, if I turn it, there's a bird. And that gives you a little bit of detail that you have to see close up. But it mostly, I just like the texture of the vertical lines in it. There you go. So Pam, if you have questions about the baskets, I think they were the Callow baskets. Kate will drop that link again perhaps and get that straight for you. So these are 3-inch candles. You're going to see the set of 3 here. They do come with the remote. And then they're also timered. So if you own any of these, I'm sure you're using the timer setting. This is off on timer. And if you turn them on to timer, they'll be on for 5 hours and shut themselves off. So I usually just set them at 5:30 some nights, and then they're always turning on at 5:30 till the batteries go. But there's 3 AAAs, and with that timer, they last a long time. So I really don't have problems being able to keep the batteries lasting a long time. And then I've got my favorite candle holders that I've had here for a while. These candle holders are fantastic. They even work well as pedestals for things. But I just like the modern shape, and yet the finish is rustic. I don't remember the name of these. Kate will find those. And I also don't know the name of the price of the horse art, but Kate dropped the link for that. So check that out, and you'll be able to see the prices if you go into the links. I'm not going to drop something trying to see if I have the price tag somewhere on it. But yes, these are gorgeous candles, and they work really well against the fireplace. They contrast. Again, those are mango wood with a whitewashed finish. And these are sold as a pair, actually. Okay, what are the rough sizes for the Callow baskets? Well, the other 2 are in the live room. And I'm going to say I don't have tape measure anywhere handy, but maybe 22 inches by 15 across with handles would be my guess. 22 inches is not counting the handles. The handles are maybe 6 inches tall. So that is a little bit tricky. But they are nested very close together. So the 3 sizes are just tightly and snugly nested, so they're not very far off in a size at all. But we better talk about these garlands here. They are phenomenal together. I don't know why we never tried it before. The little garland that we have through here is the same as the candle ring. Kate will drop the link for that. And the background garland is the grape leaf garland. So the white grape leaf garland is a 5-footer, somewhere like that. This new garland is a little bit finer, and it's slightly longer. So I just literally am tucking it in there. It's not twisted. They're not twisted around each other. I just laid it in there and tucked it. There's also 2 gourd pieces in here, and this is one of my favorite things. I designed it in my wreath yesterday. This pumpkin gourd berry combo is very beige and straw colored, and that's blending beautifully with these leaves. So I've got that pick and another one down the way over here. And that color of beige is a little deeper, a little bit more golden, but I love how it blends. Then I added an accent stem of bittersweet that drapes. Okay, thank you. This is the setting sun garland. This is the mini leaf spray. 2 of those are tucked in, kind of at 2 accent areas with the gourds. Gourd, mini leaf, bittersweet, setting sun garland, grape leaf garland. Might have to watch that in replay to get it all. But these components are not wired together. They're not a design. I am simply laying them together and telling you how I did it because it's that easy. There you go. There we go. So these are simple, long sprays, and a lot of these accessories are sitting on books, including the horse. So sometimes when you're tucking your stems in, if you've got books laying, then your stems are going behind the books, or you can even slip the stems under the books so that they don't fall off the mantle. But mine being 10 inches deep, it holds things pretty well. So not too hard to keep it all together. And that's how I did the garland. Now it's all offset. So if I come way back here, you can see from the full, wow, I really have to go far, that I have offset all of the heaviness to the side. It's kind of my thing. I'm not really big on symmetry and balance. So if it makes you uncomfortable to see that little accent over there, then that is maybe the problem. If you don't like asymmetry, that's kind of how I design. But I think it's kind of fun and funky. So there you'll see it offset to the side. Hey, Rosalie, thanks for joining. It's a home tour today. I'm at my house. Here's my fireplace. And Kate is helping drop links from the warehouse today, making sure you have all the info to purchase any of these things if you want to. I'm keeping some of it. Some of it I will replace with things I already have and run this back to the warehouse for you to buy. But I just thought I wanted to give you some inspo. So sometimes it's great to use our homes to style things up in a new way and show you a whole different color palette. In this case, the orange with cream, which is not actually a fall grouping that we did, but we have come up with a really gorgeous look here. So I'm happy about that and how it turned out. Hopefully that just gives you a little inspo. Let me see if we can take a peek here then at the dining table. We could show that one up next. Did everybody get a good look? Offsets, the baskets, the big discussion. Kate will fix those for you. The Mabel vases over there, love it. Also, we are out of these pieces on my chair, these sheepskins. From time to time we get sheepskins in. I hope we get some again, but I haven't got them on order, actually, unless Kate, you add them to the order you did today. Okay, dining table. Love my runner. This is, oops, this is crooked because the floor is halfway on a rug. There we go. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I'm at my house today. So our dining table runner is this beautiful printed watercolor design with the gourds and pumpkins that runs a full 6 feet down the table. There's a little bird there. There's a like a squash blossom in the middle. And then if you want, non-seasonally, you can reverse this cotton runner if you trim off the tag, and it will be a neutral little watercolor sagey vine pattern. So that's a great one. Love the color. I like the high contrast. That green, I just feel like it was the right one rather than just going plain white. So yes, our dining table is pretty rustic. I like the neutral chairs with it, and it works with every season. Then we did the large lantern here. So that's the large one that also lifts and opens. I have added the bead garland to it and the large 3-wick candle. Can you see that candle in there? That is the doozy, the big, what is this one, 6x8 candle with the 3 moving flames. Matches our 3-inch sets of 3. There's 1 mini leaf garland, 1 lantern spray, a pumpkin that's large, a pumpkin that's small, and this gourd, which is fantastic. You got to have this gourd. I love this one. I think he's on sale for only $6 if I remember right. That works out well. And then the bead garland is flopped through the opening and wrapped around here. Comes with the jute tassels. These are very limited, I noticed today, but it's really great on this large lantern. So that one is the 12-inch, if I remember right. I measured that yesterday. I'm pretty sure it's 12 inches. And then we also have this really fun pumpkin, metal pumpkin. Remember, we've been talking about these metal pumpkins here? And this is the one that comes with stakes or stands. Here's my strategically placed water. So this piece has the easel back, but it also will connect to the little screw together stake. So you can stake it outside if you want to, or use it inside. And the easel back is metal, so you can adjust how much it leans back. And then here's something new for you. This gorgeous vase is the Italian, something with Italy in the title. This is a very heavy ceramic, it definitely looks like Italian pottery with twisted handles. Here's the gorgeous handle. Can you see that look? Love that. There it is. And these stems are just standing in there because I could have gone with a drop-in, but I didn't have time to make one for my house. So now we've got stems of sunflowers standing in the vase, doing the job of, looking casual and collected. Sometimes less is more. So you got a couple different things here that are just collections of single stems. That's another vase, but I know this one's brand new and Kate will drop the link for that one. It is heavy, 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 really thick Italian style pottery. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. So I was really happy to grab that because I know you haven't seen all of that before. And then we also did just a couple new things back here. This does have an area of items that are my personal things, like this lantern is my personal lantern. So I know it's gorgeous. I love it too. But that one is my own. But you can buy the gold tone Fia Flame. And that's why I wanted to show it. This Fia Flame is the warm color. We also have the white colored, but when it comes to fall, that's the color you want. So the Fia Flame is the little LED flame device that sits inside your containers. And if you plug it in and charge it, it runs at our house like 3 days before I have to recharge it, and it comes on every night. So that color is phenomenal. Here's that Draping Bittersweet again. And this is the white bead lantern that comes in 2 sizes. This is the large one that is 10 by 10 as the base and then 20 some inches tall. And we have a small one also. So I just did my whole candle lantern business in there, added the little pumpkin that we do have. We do have this piece. I'm sorry, I think I forgot to add that one. I'm not sure what that's called, but this is a little bundle of kind of like a pampas grass or a weed of some sort. I have to remember the names of things, but it always escapes me. And then a few things like a little piece of fossil that Kate gave me, and some candle holders and some art that I have had here since probably I got this one last Christmas. Some things here from the Christmas season that we might be sold out of, but you know, sometimes there's a few things in my house that are already past being able to sell. So we'll just talk about other stuff, but it does make a nice glow. I definitely wanted to point out the Fia Flame option for you today too. And then here is my entryway. So what I've done in the entryway is added that wreath. Do you remember yesterday when we were talking about the design that I made and it was coming over here to the entryway? That's the wreath I designed. So this one, as far as I know, is the Amy's something something. We don't have it as an online product, but we are taking orders on there. So this wreath can be purchased. This is something you can contact the store about. The price I think was about $185 on sale. This is the custom size and it came out to be 28 inches. If you want one as well, we are still making them for you. I think that Kelsey's actually on that today, creating more of the designs. But this is the one we did yesterday in live design and it hasn't been on the online store, so just make sure you ask for it. You can just call it Amy's Wreath and Connie will know how to help you. But look how cute it looks with this pumpkin. Here's another metal pumpkin. This is the same thing as on the table. I just like the bright red, the bright orange one, and then these black and white ones because of all the whites. These are the Rick Rack pumpkins. This is the big one. And then down there on the planter is the small one. And that one is on its stake. This one is on its easel, but they both have the option. So if you want to grab these, there are more, or you can have these. The metal is outdoor safe. It's kind of meant to be an outdoor product, but I just wanted to show how easy it is to use them indoors too. So, you know, one season you can use them inside, and then next year if you do a change up, these could go outside if you want to. So that's the big one. There's the little one down below. Oh, look how gorgeous this looks in the entryway. So pretty. We have different sizes of these. One is frosted. This one's the clear. And these are the newest restocks for the Crackle Glass globes that light up with little fairy lights. So when Kate drops the link, you'll find there's three different styles. I've only grabbed one here today. This is the clear one. There is a frosted one with 3 pumpkins to choose from, and they're about 6 inches, 5.5, 6 inches in diameter. Perfect for decorating for fall and in the evening, getting the glow up going. Love that look. The other things on the entryway table here is this fountain. So I do love my stone fountain, guys. This is working for every season. I'm going to keep it going through the Christmas season. I'll just keep changing how I decorate with it. He's calming. He's glowy. He's a peaceful little thing, perfect for the entryway. I can kind of hear it in my whole space, even though I only have one. And this little guy comes in a gray stone color, or this white one that kind of has a little bit of a sparkle to it, like quartz or something. But that's our stone fountain. And then this is a lantern I did have last fall, but it's still in stock in a limited quantity. So if you like this bead lantern, this one is in the collection from last fall or Christmas season. And we have a couple different sizes available, just a handful, but I have enjoyed using that. And the fountains work so nice and tidy that they don't get the surface wet. So it's perfectly safe bubbling away in that on that wood little lantern without causing any problems. Also to note, this runner on here is, can you see here where I folded it? Right here. This is a sneaky trick. So everybody wants to sell us 6-foot runners. Can't do much about it. The 6-foot size is what everybody wants to share and sell, and we don't get choices in other sizes. So I folded it here, and I set my crystal geode to hold it down. But this is what I wanted to see on the sides, because you can, whoops, we're catching on fire with my candle. There's the pumpkin on the side. This is a triple pumpkin, and last I saw we had a pillow that matched this also. The triple pumpkin with these fun little tassels, and it's kind of a linen look to it in taupe and cream. But it's long. It would be too long for my little 40-inch cabinet, so that's why I folded it up in the middle and just overlooking the fold there to make it work. So I think that's an easy way to do that. Also, my candle burning here on this little stone, this is the mulled cider candle. If you can do a little melting, to what do you call it, wax melter in your entryway safely, you can always have that fragrance at the front door. That's one trick I use sometimes, is using a little wax melt diffuser for scent so that it can be on all the time. Otherwise, when company's coming, I always light candles. I have a lot, and that is the mulled cider. So it's the small one. We have a big jar, we have a medium jar, that's the baby giftable size, or just for a little jolt of scent. But I do love that fragrance for fall, and it's a top seller. Okay, so that is a way to use your runner. And then this little triple, maybe that's a double, I don't know how many are in there, but that is the dream something, orange dream planter perhaps, that you can purchase. We have that online. All mums in a plastic wire pot, and then I stood it in a little decorative black and white planter. So that planter there is an easy one to grab, and it is a little small for the orange dream pre-potted piece, but I stuck them together anyway and added the pumpkin pick there. That's the Rick Rack pumpkin pick. Love that look. That's the little smaller size, and then the one over there is the big size if you want to use them outside. Okay, now we have a few minutes left to whip up some pumpkin bread. Should we go for it? There's the unfinished, you know, that's still springy. Don't look at that. And here's the fireplace one last time before we go into the kitchen quick here, and let's whip up some bread. What do you think? So the staff loved the pumpkin bread. Everybody loves the pumpkin bread. My kitchen's not completely clean. We're only going to look at the part that is. How about that? There we go. So keep my face next to the microphone. That could be important. I'm going to wash my hands really quick before I start cooking. Hang on. Just me washing my hands. Okay. This is easy, and it will only take a few minutes. So hang out with me while I make some pumpkin bread. What we can do is show you how quick the pumpkin bread goes together and pop that in the oven. And then perhaps if we have time, oh yeah, we're still far away. If we have time, we can do one more little thing, or at least I will tell you about one more little thing. So here in the kitchen, open concept, love all of our great room space because we have a formal living room, but nobody sits in there. We also have a lot of other rooms we could hang out in, but we're here. So this is the beautiful, beautiful chocolate chip pumpkin bread that we've been serving since our fall open house. You guys, it's the easiest thing to make. You can whip it together at a moment's notice, and it's not hard at all. What we're going to do first is not spill that. We're going to mix together 2 eggs. I've got Kayla's chicken eggs here. Probably extra flavor. Bonus points if you use homegrown brown eggs. Don't know. Perhaps. So there is the 2 eggs. Then we also want to put in a 1/2 cup water and a 1/3 cup of oil. So a little bit about oil. At my house, the oil option is coconut oil because I have olive, I have avocado, and I have coconut. I don't have the other kinds of oil in my house, but I've been making this with both avocado and coconut oil. That's why it's a little bit not completely melted. But the other oils are not good for you, so I don't have them. And then that coconut oil goes with a 1/2 cup water. Super easy. 1/3 cup oil, 1/2 cup water, 2 eggs. Boom. Then you dump in your mix. And at this point, you don't want a whisk. You just want a spatula, and you hand mix it. So the chocolate chips are in here. The flavoring, the pumpkin flavor, the flour, all the seasonings are in here, the leavening. That's why it's so easy. And this is going to make a 9x5 loaf. So slick, you can't believe it. So this will be a great treat tonight. Something different, but we will also be able to serve this at the store. It's one of the great fall flavors that we've been selling. I know that you have enjoyed the mixes so much, and I'm so glad. They're easy to have on hand, and you can see with just the few minutes time that I have left, it doesn't take any time at all to mix this up. So you only mix it by hand. You really don't want to use a mixer. That would overbeat it. The chocolate chips are in here. They're kind of like mini chips, and it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Again, this is the chocolate chip pumpkin bread mix. Here's what it looks like. And if you want to grab that and have that handy in your cabinet, if people are coming over, it doesn't take long to bake it. I think it's about 45 minutes to 50 minutes is all that you bake it. This is on the inside here, 50 to 60 minutes, and then cool it in the pan for a little bit. So you really do want an hour of time to get your bread made. But that should be easy enough to do. Okay, that's it. So easy. Look at that. All the little chips are in there. So we can dump that in our prepared pan. It is a 9x5 pan. I sprayed it with avocado oil spray. Then it's also a nonstick pan, so it comes out great. This batter is a lot like banana bread. So it's not yeast bread texture. It'll come out to be more like banana bread texture. And you won't believe how big this grows in the oven. So this is actually going to make a big full loaf. There it is. So easy. Okay, so 50 to 60 minutes on that one. Next up, one more super easy thing since we got 5 minutes. We're talking about less stress cooking. We've got a fun new mix collection that looks like this. These are the Cook's Tavern. There are 3 different soups. There's like a chicken tortilla. This is the Sweet Annie's butternut squash bisque, okay? Also is a prepackaged easy soup. And I gotta use my glasses to tell you about this one here. I forget what the 3rd flavor is that we bought, but Kate will drop the link for those so that you can try them. This one is exciting to me because it's very fall. The butternut squash bisque is gonna go together with 6 cups of chicken broth, a couple of potatoes if you want to, or you can do what I did and use hash browns. These are the dry hash browns that I get in little cartons from Costco, or you can buy them somewhere. Like, then you just add hot water and they become hash browns for you. So we're going to use 2 cups of hash browns. These are shredded. You can also get the southern style, which would be the chopped and diced style, frozen if you want to. We'll need a cup of half and half and a cup of water. So the easy step 1 that we're going to be doing is just stirring the soup mix into the cold broth and water, and it needs 6 cups of broth, and we're going to stir that in there. So basically this is 32 ounces when you put this one in the pan. So 6 cups is 48 ounces. Then we're just going to add a little bit more of another container here, and you're going to simmer that until your potatoes and the carrots are tender. There's dried carrots and butternut squash in this mix. Can you see that? So you already get your other veggies in the mix. We're going to add what we will eyeball at another 10 ounces. I don't know. This is some chicken broth of another brand. We're guessing. Okay, you stir your soup mix into the cold broth and bring it to a boil. Once you've got everything tender, then you just put in your half and half. It's also recommending you can puree the soup. So I don't know if I would. I guess I haven't made this one before. So if we want it pureed, I guess I'd decide at the end, because I'm assuming the tiny little diced butternut squash here and the carrots are probably going to rehydrate and get larger. And I think that butternut squash soup is generally a very smooth soup, and I would normally puree it. So with the potatoes, I'm guessing this is going to make it nice and thick. And once you get that simmering, after about 40 minutes, you'll find out the texture and see what you decide. I'm sure if you want to puree it, you can just use an immersion blender. I have one of those, or you can put it in like a blender that can take hot temperatures and blend it up. Right now, the butternut squash and the carrots are floating on the top. So we'll get that one cooking and give that some time to reconstitute. And then we're going to have this amazing butternut squash bisque. Well, I wish you could all join me for a late lunch, because that's going to be pretty darn good. I'll add the half and half. And it's such a simple, easy thing to grab. The ingredients in this are just butternut squash, carrots, and onions, of course. Got to have those in there. Brown sugar, nutmeg, cloves, ginger, sage, cinnamon, black pepper. Very, very fragrant. And then we added the chicken broth on our end. And it looks like it might need some extra water. So I'll have to add that too. Hey, I hope that was kind of fun to see something different. I've been cooking all these different things at home and sharing them with those who get to visit at the store. If you get to come down, you can always sample something every day. Right now, the staff is serving some dips. We're always serving our different kinds of jam. It's handy to have those things around. I've always got my olive oil on the counter, and I'm cooking with that every day. So all these new kitchen casual extras have been a lot of fun to bring into our lineup and do different things with. So I'll just keep cooking for you. Thursday night seems to be the best night to make the food at the store, and Riley helps me, and we'll mix up something fun and different this Thursday also. I'm so glad you got a little tour of my house. There's a lot of other areas I could decorate, but for this mini tour today, that is as far as I've gotten, and hope you enjoyed that little tour of some of the spaces and a new color palette with the orange and the cream. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks so much for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow at noon. I'm going to do a live then. We'll do something fun. Hey, by the way, I forgot to share with you, the special buy is this awesome mossy twig branch piece that I didn't know in advance to grab and bring with me today. So we're going to be styling that up tomorrow. That's for sure. Check that link out online. It's the special buy for the week. And we feature a new one every week with a nice discount on that product. You're going to find this lichen covered branch, a really great addition to styling up your mantles and doing designs and drop-ins with. Thanks everybody for joining me for the tour. Have an amazing day. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.